Happy day 11 of Vlogmas. Today, we are doing something really fun, very easy, very creative, and it is to bring a little bit of holiday decor to your home, a little holiday zhuzh to your space. And with that, I'm not going to give it away, but all I'm going to say is that, anyway, let's kick off the content for today. Hey friends, hey, this is Aaronica Cole from Aaronica Be Cole & Co. And of course, we are kicking off 24 days of holiday creativity, fun, and crafts this Vlogmas. And today is very similar to the other days where we are here to have a good time. We're not going to be here for a long time. We're here for a good time. And if you're like, okay, girl, well, what are we doing today? Today, we are making mini stockings. Now, I have seen some of these really cute garlands that are going viral from places like Anthropologie, Urban Decay, etc., etc. And I was like, ooh, I really want to buy one too. But you know, my toxic trait is I can make that. And so I did. So these are really cute because they, of course, have the little loop. So you can either choose to keep them as, say, like a gift card holder or a holiday ornament, or you can go ahead and make a bunch and turn them into a garland. This is something that is super easy, very fast, and does not require a whole lot of fabric. So let's go ahead and talk about what we're making today. So for this mini stocking, we're going to be using the mini stocking pattern from Made for Mermaids. It dropped for the 12 days of freebies already. So make sure that you go ahead and grab that one for this here project. The only other things that we'll need are just two different types of fabrics, or honestly, if you'd like to self-line, you can go ahead and use the same fabric. For this one specifically, I used a sweater knit that I got from Joann's last year. I'd made it like this cute little like outfit out of it, and I had some left over, and then I lined it with the same denim that we did for our apron. And I thought that that would be fun as well as really cute, because in the event that I do want to go ahead and use it on the other side, I absolutely can, because we all know that denim is so cute that, babe, we can absolutely make fetch happen with that. We don't even need very much fabric. I can't even tell you it and say like, oh, we need like a quarter yard, because we really don't even need that much. You can literally make these out of like fat halves, fat quarters, because they require next to no fabric. And look, I just flipped this one out. And now I've got the denim side showing. So when I say that we've got some versatility, I mean it. So go ahead, grab your supplies, and meet me in the next section. Okay, so for this here sew along, we are going to be using another pattern. We're using, like I said, the patterns for Pirates Mini Stocking pattern, but we're going to do something a little bit different. So one of the things that I had seen going around this season was this like little stocking garland that I thought was really cute. And again, listen guys, I've got the puppy in my office right now. So say a prayer that he acts like he has some sense while we're doing this sew along. But one of the things, like I said, that I have seen this season are these really cute stocking garlands. And that is in essence what I want to recreate. So in order to do this, what we're going to have is, so in order to do this, all we need are one lining, one set of main fabrics, and then we're going to go ahead and do our little loop-de-loop piece, because we will need that in order to create the garland. Now in this video, we are not going to create the entire garland. We are going to just do a sew along for how to create the mini stocking. So that way, if you're like, yeah, girl, I love a garland, then you'll have the tools that you'll need in order to do that. So what we're going to do first is we're going to prep our little loop piece first, because that does require some ironing. We're going to go ahead and do that. Now, if you're like, hey girl, I actually do not foresee me actually making this here little piece, you can also use a piece of bias tape in order to do this, because what we're in essence going to be doing is we're going to be turning this into like a bias tape in essence. So I'm pulling out my handy dandy yet very messy looking ironing mat, and we already have my iron all nice and ready for us. So let's go ahead and get this baby pressed. Now this Oliso is, again, one of my favorites, because if you look, we've got this little flashlight. What I need that flashlight for is besides me, so don't ask me what I use it for, because I don't. I am going to go ahead and add some more water in here so that way we're ready to go. I feel like irons really do need steam. This is the little cup that came with my big Oliso, the leopard print one. So in order to kind of turn this into that bias tape, we're going to be folding this in half and pressing just like this. And once we have pressed that in half, so we've got that halved, we're going to open it up and then we're going to press each half towards that center. Going to press that down. Going to flip that and do the exact same thing on the other side. Before we go ahead and press it in half again, because that was our memory press right there. And so now this is ready to be sewn. So for the rest of this, we're going to be heading on over to my B77 to go ahead and complete. So we're just going to be repeating the same thing. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing on this here white sock. So you're going to make sure that your right sides are together before you go ahead and pop this on in. We will be using a 1/2 inch seam allowance in order to go all the way around here. And so I'm going to do that. Now make sure that you've got your needle set up at 0.0, or rather 0 on your sewing machine, so that way it is going around the right way and you're able to line that seam up. Now as you're going around this curve, go nice and slow, and if you feel like you can't get exactly what you need, definitely make sure that you are lifting your foot up, dropping your needle, so that way you're able to really kind of get the curve how you want it. Sewing around curves can be a little bit of a challenge for some people, and that's okay. It is something that you have to practice. So I want this white to be my outer fabric. This is a fabric that I actually used last year to make, or maybe it was earlier this year, to make a cute little coordinated set. I actually don't love the way that I went around this circle, I'm going to leave it as is for right now. We're going to do the same thing with this lining fabric, which I'm lining in another denim scrap. This is actually scrap from my apron. And if I'm being honest, like going around this curve with the denim is a lot easier to me than doing that knit fabric, because it just simply is, honestly. So I'm going to drop my needle, switch that around. So now that I've got my 2 stocking pieces complete, I know it's like, Aaronica, you didn't leave a hole or anything like that, and that was done on purpose. Now we're going to go ahead and sew our little, what is this? The loop. And again, we're sewing pretty close to the edge for the loop because we want to make sure that it doesn't actually unfold. Now, if you are like, Aaronica, you're getting in there close with your fingers, it's because I've got nails. If you do not have nails and you do want to make sure that you don't end up sewing your finger, I do highly recommend getting an awl. Those are very helpful. So this is what our little piece like this looks like here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim up my edges. And around the curve area, it's really important that you go ahead and actually hit it with some of these little notches. And what that does is it makes it so that that fabric is easier to go ahead. Oh, let me have that out of your mouth. Thank you, sir. What else is in your mouth? Sorry, the puppy. So this makes it so it relieves some of that stress around the curves to make it easier for the fabric to stretch and lay correctly. So I've gone ahead and I've clipped around there. I'm going to do it over here as well. Yeah, I do not love how I did this curve, but we're going to keep it because, listen, perfection is what's the antithesis of progress. So here we go. That denim one looks real cute. So it might be the denim that's on the outside. Just kidding. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and flip the right side out. And I am going to poke this out. I just want to see what this is looking like. Oh, she is so cute. Okay, let's see. That's looking very cute. Now, again, I didn't necessarily want this to be like a gift card style, which is the reason why I have opted against. I'm just going to go ahead and trim down the seam allowance a little bit more, which is the reason why, of course, I opted out of doing this whole, like the little band that can go up there and everything like that. Because, yeah, I don't need that. Okay. I wanted to turn this into or have this be kind of like a garland or even an ornament. And I feel like this size is actually perfect for it. So I'm going to go ahead and put my, I'm actually going to go ahead and flip. Let's see. I'm going to tuck this on inside of here. We're putting our right sides together. Whenever you're constructing anything, garments, bags, etc., your right sides go together unless, of course, you're doing like a special seam, like a French seam or something like that. Okay, so I am lining my seams up together. And so because I'm not using only like woven fabrics, I'm not going to lie. It's going to be a little difficult to get on in there. But it's okay. We got this. Just going to sew all the way around this area here. Okay, so I did leave a very small hole open at the top here so that we can see that. And now we're going to go ahead and flip this so that way all of our right sides are facing out. And then we're just going to simply tuck our lining on the inside. And at this time you can use like a point turner or something along those lines to go ahead and get like a nice, beautiful pushed out like little toe area, that sort of thing. I'm going to just go ahead and also do this before I kind of shove that in there because that is denim, y'all. Okay. Okay, and our sock is just about finished. Now, I did leave my hole like right here, so I'm going to go ahead and put my, I'm going to put my loop on in there, so that way as I top stitch to go ahead and finish this, it includes the little loop. Now, you can always do that as you're adding in your lining piece so that it's already done. But honestly, I forgot as I was doing this, so that way that was finished. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I do also feel like this loop is an aggressively large loop. So I am probably not going to like have it stick out all the way. I'm going to shove this in quite a bit because I don't really need that much space. Like I feel like that's a good amount, right? So now we're just going to go ahead and top stitch around. I did use my 1/2 inch seam allowance for that. So of course we're going to go ahead and top stitch. I'm going to move my needle point over so that it's very much so over to the right, making it that much easier for me to catch as I'm doing my little top stitch. And remember, as you're going over like thicker areas of your fabric, you might need to just go a little bit slower to prevent your needle from breaking, or to prevent you from having some skip stitches. And if you're someone who does like for your threads to match, make sure that it is matching this main fabric. I did opt to have mine match. Even though, if I'm being honest, I really do like a little, you know, contrast situation with my threads. I feel like whenever you're top stitching, it kind of gives you the opportunity to add a little bit of extra flavor in there. And so now that's done. And so my mini stocking is completed. That is like such a really fast, such a really easy project to do. You can use this as, we're going to trim this down because we don't want any stray situations here. You can use this as a little ornament. You can use this for gift giving, like if you're giving gift cards. You can absolutely stick that in here. But again, if you are someone who is into making garlands, turning this little stocking into a mini stocking garland is very, very cute. So I think I might actually make a couple more so that I can do just that. But how cute is she? Oh my goodness, I'm in love. Let's go put it on the tree. Okay, now I did get like one of those little corner trees for my entryway. Judge someone else, but look at how cute this is gonna look on this tree. In the event that I decide to keep this as like a little ornament. Again, the possibilities for this are truly endless. And yeah, so I think that that came out really, really cute. So let me know in the comments if you plan to make this into like a garland, or if you would just leave it as a little Christmas ornament, or if you would use it for gift giving.